What differentiates criminal liability from civil liability in the context of U.S. privacy and security laws? A criminal liability involves private disputes between individuals, while civil liability involves actions harmful to society. B. Criminal liability is enforced by state attorneys general, while civil liability is enforced by the Federal Trade Commission, FTC. C. Criminal liability requires proof beyond a reasonable doubt, while civil liability requires a preponderance of evidence. D. Criminal liability results in financial penalties only, while civil liability can result in imprisonment. Correct answer is C. Criminal liability requires proof beyond a reasonable doubt, while civil liability requires a preponderance of evidence. Which general theory of legal liability involves a breach of a legal duty that causes harm or loss to another person? A. Contract. B. Tort. C. Civil enforcement. D. Negligence. Correct answer is B. Tort. Under which theory of legal liability might a company be held liable for failing to protect customer data as promised in their privacy policy? A. Contract. B. Tort. C. Civil enforcement. D. Unfair and deceptive trade practices, UDTP. Correct answer is A. Contract. The concept of negligence in the context of U.S. privacy law generally requires proving which of the following elements: A. Duty, breach, causation, and damages. B. Intent, causation, damages, and remedy. C. Breach, intent, remedy, and damages. D. Duty, intent, causation, and remedy. Correct answer is A. Duty, breach, causation, and damages. Which of the following is considered an unfair and deceptive trade practice under U.S. law? A. Charging for goods not received. B. Making false claims about the privacy of customer data. C. Refusing to honor a warranty claim. D. All of the above. Correct answer is D. All of the above. Which agency is primarily responsible for federal enforcement actions related to privacy and data protection? A. Federal Communications Commission, FCC. B. Federal Trade Commission, FTC. C. Department of Commerce, DOC. D. Department of Health and Human Services, HHS. Correct answer is B. Federal Trade Commission, FTC. 7. The California Privacy Protection Agency, CPPA, is an example of A. Federal enforcement action. B. State enforcement. C. Cross-border enforcement issues. D. Self-regulatory enforcement. Correct answer is B. State enforcement. The Global Privacy Enforcement Network, GPEN, aims to facilitate A. The enforcement of PCI standards globally. B. Cross-border cooperation among privacy authorities. C. The development of self-regulatory privacy frameworks. D. The harmonization of U.S. state privacy laws. Correct answer is B. Cross-border cooperation among privacy authorities. PCI DSS compliance is an example of A. Federal enforcement action. B. State enforcement. C. Cross-border enforcement issues. D. Self-regulatory enforcement. Correct answer is D. Self-regulatory enforcement. An example of a trust mark in the context of privacy and security is A. A legal certification issued by the Federal Trade Commission, FTC. B. A symbol indicating compliance with state privacy laws. C. A seal awarded by industry groups to indicate adherence to best practices. D. A regulatory license required for data processes. Correct answer is C. A seal awarded by industry groups to indicate adherence to best practices.